April 1988, the Persian Gulf. The US Navy launched Operation Praying Mantis. It was the largest naval engagement since World War II. A one-time message to Tehran to leave the tankers alone. For 3 decades, that message and the unquestioned superiority of American air power defined the power dynamics of the Middle East, an operational assumption that no adversary in their right mind could reliably detect, much less engage, American stealth technology. That assumption, ladies and gentlemen, just vanished in a cloud of $300 million of smoking wreckage. You are watching the Aegis Report, and you need to understand what just happened in Washington. While everyone else was watching the headlines, there is one word used in a Pentagon briefing yesterday that should chill every military planner from Tel Aviv to Tokyo. It wasn't delayed, it wasn't postponed. The word is suspended. The United States Pentagon has quietly and officially suspended replacement deliveries of the F-35 Lightning II to Israel. Why? Because in 7 days, in one single week, Israel just lost three of its most advanced fighter jets. We have the data, we have the classified timelines, and what they reveal isn't a tactical loss. It is an operational invalidation. The F-35, the invisible shield, was seen, it was tracked, and it was shot down. The data shows a cost-exchange ratio that is unsustainable. If an adversary can use a $4 million missile to obliterate $100 million jets, the era of stealth dominance is officially over. But the real nightmare isn't the metal on the ground. It is the question every pilot in Washington is now asking behind closed doors. Is this aircraft survivable in the current environment? There is a reason the F-35 is the most expensive weapons program in human history. Estimated at $1.7 trillion, we are paying for the ability to hold any target, anywhere, at risk, undetected. But the system is not invisible. It is reduced radar cross-section against specific frequencies, like a golf ball on a radar screen instead of a semi-truck. But here is the thing, the part they aren't telling you in the press briefings. The chessboard just changed. The losses weren't a glitch. They were strategic traps. Data obtained by Aegis Report shows that, on March 9th, an Israeli F-35I was targeting an Iranian weapons facility near Tabriz, 140 kilometers from target. A Russian-supplied S-400 VHF radar achieved continuous track. A missile launched. The pilot had 18 seconds before the terminal seeker went active. He ejected and was captured. 3 days later, another loss. A reconnaissance mission over Lebanon. The aircraft opened its weapons bay to release flares. In that exact millisecond, the radar signature increased by a factor of 100. A Pantsir Swan achieved lock. 2 missiles launched, 1 hit. The aircraft crashed into the Mediterranean. And now, consider the Pentagon's calculation. The United States has outstanding orders for over 1,400 F-35s. Allies have orders for hundreds more. Production backlog extends years into the future. The Pentagon just decided that losing F-35s in combat over the Middle East is not worth delaying deliveries to other partners. That calculation tells you the Pentagon does not believe Israel can protect these aircraft, but the real counterintelligence disaster, the part that is happening right now, is at the crash sites. Reports indicate Russian and Chinese technical teams arrived within 24 hours to examine the debris, the stealth coatings, sensor arrays, software architecture. The intelligence loss from one crashed F-35 potentially compromises the entire global fleet. Watch this space, because if you found this analysis valuable, you need to understand the fallout, the strategic collapse. Israel's entire military doctrine for the past decade was built around the F-35's ability to penetrate adversary airspace undetected. That deterrence depended on Iran believing Israeli aircraft could hold their nuclear facilities at risk. The S-400 just disproved that belief. 3 detections, 3 tracks, 3 engagements. The deterrent effect evaporates. This isn't just about the Middle East. This is a preview of a future Pacific conflict. American war plans for defending Taiwan rely heavily on F-35s from bases in Japan and Guam to establish air superiority. Those plans assume Chinese air defenses cannot track F-35s effectively. China operates S-400 systems purchased from Russia. China also manufactures indigenous systems, like the HQ-9, using similar VHF radar technology. What happened to Israel's F-35s just gave Chinese planners a validated playbook for engaging American stealth aircraft, and there is a second-order effect. Allies who purchased F-35s, Japan, South Korea, Poland, all are now recalculating their $100 billion investments. The era of stealth dominance, era of unquestioned superiority, has an asterisk, and in military planning, asterisks get people killed. The data reveals a terminal velocity of assumptions. Subscribe to Aegis Report because we don't give you the headlines. We connect the dots before the next clock hits zero.